elementary kids and the adults what they thought would influence the culinary palate of the country. So we're going to start with elementary first.
Anastasia?
Oh, so you might need to give them a little bit of what a culinary palate is, like explain to them what
so, like how it started with the people that had came over and the ingredients that were already there, like gardens and stuff. So like what do you think happened? Like they used vegetables or fruits and they had gardens and people that just came over and they made influences.
So you're asking like what influenced the type of food people eat in the country is what you're asking. Okay. So you guys are trying to decide what kind of food.
Can you start with high school?
Just doing elementary.
Maybe their surroundings, what's easy to find.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Okay, and now the parents and adults. The same.
I think I agree with Ellie. I think it's probably going to have to do with what was readily available to them. And to me, I'm thinking, and I don't know for sure, and I didn't edit a lot of your project with you. I know that Mr. Randy did some and stuff like that. But I'm thinking that also has to do with not just what's readily available, but like if you're in a country where shipping is big, or if you can get stuff in, that might influence it. That's what I was going to say.
Maybe the ways, the methods that are available for cooking too.
I'm thinking the climate. Just regional is the only thing that came to mind.
I think spices. The spices they have most to do with the different foods.
Basically what they can grow, what the topography of the region is.
Those are, Mr. Tim, do you want to answer?
How many restaurants there are?
I think also religion and culture. If it's against the religion to kill and eat animals, maybe they'll have a lot of vegetarian food, or maybe societies that were more warlike. But there's always those societies that eat people too or something, but I don't know about that. What? Religion and culture. I'm going to stick with that.
All right. Well, those are all great answers, and it basically is how it started, who came first. So now we're going to take a trip down to Ireland. It's on the side. Okay. Okay, so the biggest influence in Irish cuisine are the soups and pottages. Now, a pottage is just a cross between a soup and a stew. It's thicker than a soup and thinner than a stew. Every morning, the women of the house would go out to their family garden and pick all the vegetables, spices, and herbs, and then just throw it into a big pot and cook it all day for lunch and dinner. Now, the soups were the main dish for everyday life. They would eat it for almost every meal, and they would eat it in summer and winter. They'd make cold, warm soups. And then a little fun fact is that when we are hungry for a snack, we eat a fruit or a candy bar or something like that, they always have a piece of bread with honey on it. So now we're going to go to turkey. Right. Turkey has a very unique type of food. People classify it as being in both Europe and Asia. So there's a ton of trading going on during the country, or in the country. And what happens is whatever foods they need, they can always get because of the types of trading that happen. So Asia and Europe are a really big part of the Turkish cuisine. Now we're going to go to Brazil. Now Brazil was my favorite country to work on because I learned about a lot of migration that happened in Brazil. And the largest influence in Brazilian cuisine are the African slaves. After slavery, they wanted a new and fresh lifestyle. So they went down to South America, and some settled in Brazil. And when they did, they had brought their skills and what they could do with the different ingredients. So they had main staples like nuts and fruits. And my favorite thing I learned about Brazilian cooking were the fruits. right here is called gindi. And what they would use the pulp oil, and they would use it for like drinks like the smoothie or dips and bread. And also coconut milk was a huge part of their cuisine. Now we're going to go to Japan and America. Lee is going to pass you out a menu for today that we're going to serve while I'm talking about Japan and America. The Japanese cuisine, people just think it's all about the rice and the vegetables and the fish. But it's really not. It's all about the flavor. The flavor is the main ingredient, you could say, in the dish. So they use a lot of sweet spices and herbs and just a lot of earthy ingredients. Then we go down to America, and American cuisine is really not American cuisine. Everybody thinks it is, but it's not. There's no such thing as American cuisine. It's just a big melting pot of flavors. So with all of the countries I was talking about today, they all influence American cuisine. So it's just one big melting pot, which is the same as Japan. That's why they're alike. They're just one big melting pot of flavors. And I wanted to see what you guys thought about the melting pot for America. So does anyone think that it's a melting pot, or is it just one main staple of food?
Melting pot.
It's definitely a bunch of different countries. We have like Japanese restaurant and Italian restaurant.
Yeah. So who thinks pizza was originated in Italy? Mostly everybody, right? Well, it really wasn't. It was originated in America. A group of friends got together and they had this great Italian dough recipe. So they made the dough and then they wanted like a sauce and a cheese on top, and that's how the pizza was originated. So it was really originated in America, not in Italy. And that's tragic. Any questions? Any questions?
So what did you make today?
For Japan, I made a green tea chocolate ball with a green tea with cream, and Hannah helped me a lot, so I want to thank Hannah for that. And for Ireland, I made a shepherd's pie. And then for Brazil, I did a mango, coconut, and banana smoothie with Brazilian nuts. And then for Turkey, I made a tahini hummus with pita. And for America, I did a surprise that's not on the menu, and I made red velvet and double sweet baked cupcakes. Good job. It's going to be parents and teachers and kids.
Oh,
that is
man. And then Nathan.
That's
Yeah.